Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing off a build that I did in Terraria for my first playthrough in 2019. It was quite a long time ago, but I figured it was worth going through just to show it off. So let's just ignore that. I full screened it so we can see everything. So just to give you an idea, this is the base of the tree. And it has a lake on either side, so I'll get more in depth as to like what this involved, because oh man, there was a lot of cutting out of land, and there was quite a big farm to set up. So let's just, you can see that's roughly how wide it is. Now let's start going up. So I'll just take this rope. And here we are. This is the central part of the treehouse. So we'll go to the left side to begin with. So let's start here. It's a hive where I put the wizard and the witch doctor living together. I don't know if they like each other in 1.4, but back then they were the best of pals and they had this house, so I think it's pretty nice. Let's leave it here so you can sort of get up a little. We'll zoom in a little as well, just so you can see some of the fine detail. Alright, this is the party girl's house. I said hat. House. And her pet cat, which the pet cat I put in 1.4. I did play this a little during 1.4. And yeah, it's just a lovely party house. We have the treasury here, which I just filled with gold coins, just flexing how much money I had. It's not plat, so And I guess this is what I consider my room here. Then we have the lab, which I organize all my stuff by having frames above them so you can see more or less what's what. I put a little building for the painter, so it's his little shop there. And then we have all this stuff, which I don't think even works anymore in 1.4, since they changed how liquid mechanics work, but yeah, it's there. That's what I used to use. Before we continue, let's go out here. So here I made, I guess, a massive rain cloud that's dropping water. And then we have this island in the sky, which I made into a palace. Keeping it Zelda themed. Just zoom into the detailing there. You know, you can go out here. And then down here there's more detailing. Like, you can go underneath the island. See, there's quite a bit of detailing here. If we go to the temple, let me just get the UI back up real quick. We have this special room that I built. This room in particular, I guess, for the people that were supporting the stream at the time through subs or whatever capacity. So I just made this as a nice little stream to put in there. Nice little room for the stream, jeez. I am not good with words today. just zoom in a little so you can see the layering that's happening in the background as well. This is like a combination of walls, paint colors, and actuated blocks, so to kind of give that depth. It looks pretty cool. Alright, get the UI back, because I can't see my mouse cursor. Okay. Actually, I think I'll summon the little... there. Just so I can be defended from attackers. So let's continue and go through here. Here we have the armory, which I store all my stuff. Various pieces of armor. It's been collecting. Weapons. Put up accessories on the wall as well, and yeah, there's the trophies that I did manage to get. I don't think I got all of them, but most of them are there. Then we have some of the living rooms, or living areas. So I kept them relatively simple. They have like massive bathroom. I don't know, this doesn't seem realistic, like having this many bathrooms together, but hey, let's see our central library. And then in the middle we have a fountain, which has my character. Pretty much designed around Link. So it pretty much reaches the very top of the map. The cursor back. Oh. That was weird. I went through the wall there, that's fine. There's my glitch passive going off in a tour video. So yeah, you can see it goes out either end, and it's a global rail system, so it does go around the world. Go down here. We have a greenhouse, which has all the trees, and teleportation points to yeah, spots in the world that are useful. We'll get to that shortly. Got all the herbs down here. Got a bar. And a pool to the left. Then we have, I guess, just more empty space for the tree. I'll show you the full map at the end so you can see just how big this is in the grand scheme of things. We have a room for the critters, which I was filling up. Didn't get all of them, but it's there. Yeah, that's the tree. To begin with that. Now, to continue the tour, we're gonna jump outside. You can see the waterfall goes all the way down. Into a lake. So let's follow the lake. Yeah, I'm glad I summoned. And yeah, I guess a lot of this was constructed. But if you believe it or not, I'll show what the map originally had. But a lot of this area was constructed on my part. Let's go in here. And this is one of the areas that isn't complete yet, but I'll show it off anyway. There's some cool stuff in here. So, I think there's a second entry, yeah. So there's a second entry in here. Which just goes back to the surface. we have this teleporter which goes back to the treehouse. Use that towards the end, and let's just have a look at this. The intent with this was for it to be like, I guess, a water palace type thing. This is pretty much as far as I got with it. I did this mural room, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. It's was a work in progress, and I will probably get back to it and then do a follow-up video that shows off the final result. But yeah, I thought this had a pretty nice look, where I was going with it. Let's bring up the UI again. So to save a bit of time, I am now going to teleport. Because we're not done yet. Alright, so we're back in the treehouse. So we're now going to go to the jungle. Alright, UI again. So this is the jungle area. I will go over the story of the jungle area in a bit. You know what, let's go over the top first. It's a series of bridges. And here we have the Truffle's house. It's just this giant mushroom. Just zoom into some of the detail. So yeah, I made it this floating island in the sky above the jungle, which I thought was pretty cool. This giant mushroom. Alright, well we won't continue to the other side because that's just a bridge that continues to emptiness. So let's go back the other way. So the idea with this was that I wanted a jungle where I guess it was more representative of the Lizard Palace. So I made it so you had lizard ruins on the surface. You can kind of see little lizard bricks and like just signs of that there was an old civilization here. So the story behind this was this area used to be completely corrupted. There was my surface corruption, so I destroyed it in one stream simply because I was complaining about it a lot, and then a viewer said, well, why don't you just blow it up, Kappa? And I proceeded to blow it up. And for the longest amount of time, it was just this massive hole in my map. And then I decided to fill it in. So you'll see there's a bit of a spooky biome here. There's a reason why, because there's a bunch of tombstones here. Not from death, but on purpose. Because I wanted to have like a graveyard. You can see there's like a ape-type statue here. So this is the entrance to the lizard area, which you'll see what I did with it. So I wanted to make it like this, I don't know, like a palace or a castle, whatever you call it, that you have the entrance at the surface, and you go down this passageway and eventually end up at the real underground one that is in the game. So I put up these ruins, like looking like there's a building here, then, you know, there's this carnation thing. And on the other side, we have, I guess, a lizard or a snake-looking thing. And yeah, another series of stairs, which lead up to here, and we have the bridge, which I did not take. Also just went through that, it's fine. Let me just, there we we go. So I can go across. So let's head down the passageway. So we head to the right. We have this graveyard which I made for my friend Kat. Bit of an inside joke on that one. But yeah, it's just, I guess imagine there was a town here. I even, like, incorporated the house that used to be here. It's just a massive graveyard. And you'll see signs of the original corruption area. Like, so you have... You can see what used to be here. Alright, let's head down. I'll zoom in a little so you can see a bit of the detailing. So yeah, this passageway made leading down all the way to the lizard area. I'm gonna put stuff along the way just to decorate it a bit. Try and take it slow so you can kind of appreciate some of the detail here. Oh, we're about halfway down now, so still a bit to go. Yeah, along the way, I guess, where it made sense, I adjusted the backgrounds a bit. Like, I got a waterfall there, for example. Alright, we're nearly there. Speed it up a bit. And here we are. So this is the entrance to the Lizard Palace. And I do have a teleporter so you can conveniently get here. And we have that same design from the surface up here. Show a bit more detail. Yeah, so this was my idea, kind of be able to head down and then be able to enter the real Lizard Palace. So the way this was done was, with the original one, I pretty much cut out the edges so you have pretty thin walls. The exception in some places, and I chopped off the top half of it. So that's how I was able to have as much lizard brick as I could. And then I just started straightening things up, so it's a little more straight. But yeah, enemies do spawn here. So it has maintained the Lizard Palace. And yeah, I wanted to make their area more like real. Like it's a civilization that still exists. So they have the armory here. I use the crafting areas as, I guess, statues instead. So I made them a fountain. You'll notice the peace candles are still around just because this area did get pretty tedious, not gonna lie. when trying to build this. You go up here. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go out here. There's a few nice things. Let me get the UI up. How did I get out before? I remember there was an easy way to get out. I might have to remove one brick because it seems to be blocking me. No, hang on. There we go. Hopefully, there we go. Yeah, that'll do. I do like going out here to show this part. Then there's no other way out. Let's go back to full screen. I guess just to show the detailing in here, right? You can see the different kinds of wall. And then these things here, these were pretty simple to do. It's just a stone slab and a furnace that I've just painted a particular color. So we use shadow paint to knock out 1 pixel of the furnace. And yeah, it looks like skulls. Pretty cool. So there's a little building tip there. Let's go back into the palace. Let's go down here. And you'll see that the under part of it has been cut as well. And we have this room here. I guess you can call it a library or a hangout spot or whatever. Again, with the peace candles, so they would leave me alone whilst I laid this out. Yeah, it's one of my favorite rooms, this one in the build. Very neatly decorated. And finally we have, you know, an altar to fight the golem on. In that same pattern from outside. So yeah, this was my version of the Lizard Palace. Thought it was a cool idea. Let me bring up the UI again. Back at the surface. And we take this one to go home. And that's pretty much it. That's the build. So, I'm going to show now what it looks like. So, I guess the main tree, this was something that was built pre-hard mode, and it took me a long time to do. This whole map is probably the result of like 400 hours, roughly. So if we go down here, you can kind of see the extent of which it is. It's pretty big. And just how cool the pixel art looks. Yeah, I should finish this at some point. But here's the crazy part is... So, the map, the way it was, you can see my base was originally over here. And the desert was very, very close to my base. So when it came to building the tree, I was constantly being harassed by lizards. So what I ended up... Well, not lizards, sorry. You know, the ants. Antlions. Constantly being harassed. So I blew them up. I pretty much destroyed the desert biome on the surface. Because I was sick of it. It was just annoying the living hell out of me. And yeah, replaced all the tiles. Even the walls. Then we go to the jungle. So this is what I'm talking about here. This area was originally all corruption. And you can see just how much mud I placed down and ridiculous. Like, it's roughly, it's this line here. That's anything above that was corruption. and so I had to replace it. You can see the jungle in full. I did pay attention to the map a lot, just to try and get the pixel art right. And yeah, there's the passageway down. And there's the big lizard palace, so you can kind of see how I did it. Effectively cut, I think originally there was an area above here, and I just cut it off, and then just shaved off detailing off the side. And I did put pillars down, so you know it does make sense. It's kind of in there to some degree. But yeah, pretty cool, huh? That's the build that I did for my first playthrough of Terraria. The massive tree build and then all the other stuff. So I guess if you're interested in seeing more of this stuff, just leave a comment or whatever. Or, you know, get in touch. And I'll make more of these in future. Alright, hope you enjoyed the tour. I'll catch you guys next time.